Everyone, I would like to welcome you back to another video. And last topic was a bit controversial in its such, so I was thinking, why not do something a bit more lighthearted this time to balance it all out before any more serious videos are made. So, what type of topic can I think of that is very lighthearted in its form? Well, since I am in the Brony Fandom, why don't I talk about what I find the most interesting parts of the Brony Fandom? Keep in mind, as time goes on, things may change, and I might find these five things that have different interests in its levels than some other things in the top five. Well, the first start off, I started in the Brony fandom around late 2015, early 2016. It was when in April I binge watched all five seasons at the time and also then watched the sixth season. With me, I stopped at season 6 and never watched 7 or 8 because I don't look at TV or movies anymore. But what did I think of the 6 seasons that I've watched? I enjoyed all of them. I found each one to be unique in its own form, even the first season, yes. But with each season, there were some masterpieces and some non masterpieces, some middle of the road, but I still enjoyed my ride through each entire season. But the question is, what is interesting about the fandom per se? Well, my five categories are going to be this: literature, art, animation, music, and analyze this, and review. And so let us begin with art. With art, it's a subjective thing, but I would see art as a masterpiece at times and also just a nice eye catcher sometimes. With me, the fandom has gave me a nice strain of art that I've both enjoyed and thought lightly of. Some art that looks cute and stuff can pique my interest, while some other cute art styles would make me just look at them and never look at them again. And same when it comes to some artists who can be beautiful when it comes to detail, making everything look like a masterpiece. But with some of that, the details can also strain my eyes and I lose interest in it because I want to look at it, look of how majestic it is, but also have a good sense of what the artist is looking when talking about said art or looking at said art or critiquing it. Well, from art, there is literature. And from literature, I've only read a few books in my time when it comes to this fandom. The four that I remember of is, from the tip of my tongue, I believe Project Horizon, the original Fallout Equestria, Cleave, and Past Sins. Those seem like the best starters when it comes to this fandom, but thing is, I haven't read outside of those four. What do I think of all four of them? Well, I find them unique and interesting in its own ways. Past Sins because of a alternate thing when it comes to Nightmare Moon and all that. That really got to me and it kind of gave me a different perspective of things. Fall Equestria and Project Horizon both interest me how you can merge two different genres or well media together and it becomes a masterpiece in itself of the writing, story and characters. With Cleave it was a nice thriller with a surprising twist to it and a great epilogue in my opinion. From art to literature we go to music. With music I love it with a passion. From drum and bass to listening something made by Death Grips or something of a electronical feel or a nice classic rock or heavy metal feel, the Brony Fandom does give me a fair share. Well, not the Death Grip part. That itself is separate. With the music that I've been listening to, mostly around metalcore, pony, and cider party. Those two are my peak interests when it comes to fandom music, because they produce some of the best that I've seen. But I cannot go out with a doubt say that the team behind the Fallout Equestria game, with Velvet singing all these different songs, is what I find the most beautiful, especially the 80s version of Fly Like You. I love that for a passion. From art, literature to music, what would be next without talking about animation? Animation comes in all different types of forms. You can get your simple animations and then you get some complex animations, but the animations that I've seen have very much piqued my interest. The only animation that I've seen is an animatic for White Box, which is another story that I very much love. Snowdrop, which got me sometimes emotionally, but most of our animations don't compete with those two. Those two set a precedent of how I look with animation. With all those topics aside, now we go to the big one, analyzing and reviewing the show itself. From your Josh Scorcher to Lightning Bliss to any other Brony analysis, they always have a certain way to it. You can look at the most simplest of details inside of an episode, and it can reveal tons of things that it's referencing, and then analyzing what it does the most when it comes to it. Reviewing is different. It's just saying here's the ups and downs, but analyzing is what I find the most special, because it makes you think. It makes you look back and say, this seems similar to something else that I know of. I wonder what it is. And then you go research for it, and then you find it, and then you just have that aha moment in your discovery. And it's like, I found something interesting inside of the show that I had to look for. I accomplished something with myself. And that's nice. Doesn't it feel nice? I believe it would. With analyzing, it's a tough job because you gotta make sure that it makes sense and that you are not spewing stuff out of your mouth. It's a tough job, but it brings out the most rewards. From all of that, that's all 5 things I can think of that have interested me the most when it comes to Brony Fandom. I am looking forward to see what all these categories bring in the future, and maybe find some new ones. If you guys like this content, I would very much like it if you touched all those YouTube buttons, like and subscribe and whatnot. Follow me on Twitter if you ever want to say hi to me. But I will make sure I will get a new video out soon. It could be interesting. You never know. As always, I will be seeing y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful time.